Everybody, to the NFL Draft Geek Film Room. I'm Brian Johannes, and I've got a fun little tape for you here on James Washington, Oklahoma State receiver, a guy that a lot of people know about because of his ability to make big plays down the field. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to look at some two plays. I'm just going to look at two plays and illustrate in these two plays basically what James Washington is as a prospect, both positively and negatively. So in this first clip, I'm going to look at, I feel like this play itself encompasses everything about James Washington, all in just one play, both positive and negative. So he's over here on the right-hand side, outside receiver. That's the main place he's going to line up. The next clip I show him is he's in the slot on the left, but he mainly plays on the right outside, and most of his routes are downfield. Using his speed. So let's just watch this play quick. You watch him. He comes off the ball, and he's really going to attack. And this is in slow motion, so let me speed it back up to normal speed. He's going to attack this defensive end, and look how he just accelerates, hits that extra gear. The ball's up. He's able to adjust, track the ball well in the air, and make the catch. So we watch the replay once again. He's attacking at this defensive end. He hits that extra gear. He's able to run past him despite being held. You see this a lot in his catches, especially if you get the replay zoomed in. His eyes get so big when he gets the ball. You kind of like that, and he does such a great job with tracking. If the ball's off, Mason Rudolph doesn't always throw a totally accurate ball down the field, and so he has to adjust. And he does a great job of that. But the thing that drives me nuts about receivers, and I don't like, is he doesn't go up and high point this ball. Now, he does do a good job of using his body to shield the defender and give himself some space. So you see right here, he slows down and uses his body to create a little buffer between the defender and where he catches the ball. But I'd like to see him go up and high point that. Go up and attack the ball in the air. A lot of, there's NFL receivers that are going to be faster, just as fast as him, maybe a step slower, but they're able to go up and attack that ball in the air, deflect it, get that interception. This cornerback for Oklahoma, his feet weren't totally under him. You see right there, and that caused him to have to just kind of play his body rather than go up and play the ball. So I like his ability to accelerate to the downfield. I like his ability to make big plays down the field. But I think his fact that he doesn't go up and high point the ball, and I've seen him 4 or 5 times throughout his career, so not just this year, and I've never seen him go up and attack that ball in the air. And that was a big concern I had for Corey Coleman last year or 2 years ago. The next clip I want to show you has both positives and negatives in it too. Washington here is down in the slot on the left-hand side. And because of his speed, this cornerback's giving him a big cushion. And he's giving him 10 yards because he doesn't want to get beat downfield and give up a big play. I mean, Oklahoma's up by 8 right before halftime, a minute 4 to go. They're not going to want to give up a big play right before the half. So he's giving him this cushion, and because he has that cushion, he's able to recognize that, stop, and then work his way back. But the concern I have for him is he doesn't really sink his hips. And the fact that Oklahoma State doesn't run a lot of different style of routes, he's running basically, posts, goes, and then he works these kind of comeback routes, is you have to kind of project. How is he going to run? Is he going to run digs in the NFL, those in-breaking routes? Is he going to be able to run out routes and sink his hips and create that separation? And with him not being the most explosive off the snap, I mean, he's got explosive speed after he's, in acceleration, but you don't see him sink his hips. He doesn't really stop and come back to the ball. I mean, he got that catch, and it's good recognition of him in this offense that, hey, we got this guy with great speed. Let's threaten that speed downfield, and all he has to do is just kind of stop and slow down, and he's got a 10-yard gain. But once again, we're projecting to the NFL, and I think that's a bit of a concern. Is that something that he can work on, and maybe he just isn't asked to do it? I mean, I don't know. That's why we got to go off of and project based off what he runs in college here. So that's gonna go ahead and do it. I like James Washington as a player. I like his, what he does well. Translates. We see guys like Will Fuller, get drafted in the first round a couple of years ago, and have a big part of this Houston Texans offense. Does James Washington have that Will Fuller type speed? I think he's maybe a little bit slower than him. Slow in the fact, but he's still a fast guy. I don't like that he's isn't able to go up and attack that ball. He's a limited route runner. So teams are going to look at it and say, if we desperately need this speed, maybe they're going to draft him higher than other teams. I see him being probably a day 2 pick. Could he go early or late in the second round? I think that's probably his ceiling. I don't see him as a first round pick. I think he's probably going to be that third round territory is where you really see teams considering him as that complement receiver. He's not going to be a number 1 receiver in my book, but I definitely think he could be a good role player, a good starter. I mean, you're starting 2-3 receivers easily in this league now. I definitely think he could be a number 2 or number 3 for an NFL team. So I hope you guys like this. Let me know what you think. Subscribe on YouTube is the best way to get them. I post them up at NFLDraftGeek.com, which you should be going to on a daily basis for all your draft needs. Follow me on Twitter at draft_Brian. Follow at NFL Draft Geek. Thanks for watching. Until next time.